Actually, the British did not break the Enigma code. It was the Poles. And there's a story behind that. The Poles, the way they were able to do it, originally the Enigma encryption was started out to be a commercial encryption for business. And it was started by German companies, and the Poles were manufacturing the device. So the Poles, as they were manufacturing the device, every part in that device would be stamped with a number, and they would shift down. The next part would come and get stamped with the next higher number. So they had a trail record of all the devices they were and parts that they were creating. Well, the Poles, as they were doing it, would move the assembly line down one, but not up the counter. So in fact, they would print two versions of the same numbered part, and then they'd take one of them. So that meant that they had the entire Enigma device, a copy of it, and the Germans down at the end copying or checking off all the numbers as they came down, got every number. So they weren't missing any. So they thought they had them all, when in fact the Poles took away one copy of the device. In fact, I believe the Germans, when they invaded Poland in September 1st, 1939, and overran some of the positions, they found some of the transcription or the decryptions of the Enigma device in that process. So they knew they were being read by the Poles. What they didn't know was the Poles then smuggled copies of those devices out to the French and the British. And so the devices came from Poland, and they explained how they were breaking into it and everything to them at that time. And then from there on, they managed the key recovery and decrypting of the messages from then on throughout the war.